Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We've got quite a juicy amount of information here today. I'm going to give you a very quick Star Citizen news and summary from this week, but then have a bit of a deeper dive into the Star Citizen Live that we had this week on ships. And they talked more about ships in active production, updates coming to the 600i, the Polaris, Corsair, Starfarer, and a whole lot more, well beyond what we had in the Inside Star Citizen that we've already covered earlier in the week. And you can go and check that video out on my channel. And you should. But first, we did have Cloud Imperium saying, although the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2951 has ended, our holiday celebration, Luminalia, I think it's pronounced, is starting this week. Basically, it's Christmas in game, and gather your friends and honour your loved ones, and the things will be going on like probably ship sales and Christmas-based skins and things to find and do in game. Alpha 3.16 should be going to testing very shortly as well, and I'm expecting that to be targeted for a live build, if at all possible, between the 17th and 24th of the month. We do know that 3.16 is quite light on content, but the patch still does contain Jumptown version 2, that event I'm really looking forward to, as well as new points of interest and rewards for exploring them. And we shouldn't forget the Gravlev rework that's coming there to make vehicles feel better on the ground that are hover boy vehicles. This week's sneak peek was something from Pyro, as the file was named Pyro Sneak Peek, but I don't actually know what it's trying to focus on, if anything in particular, other than maybe general prop work. I do also want to draw your attention to Rafttron that appeared in Inside Star Citizen. Basically as a silly little clip afterwards. It is mostly Jared's brain leaking, but it is cool nonetheless, and you can grab the wallpaper from the RSI Twitter if you so want. Rafttron on your desktop. Let's jump into this quite meaty Star Citizen Live all about ships. When it comes to prioritization of what ships are going to be built out, they do go, look, let's work out what we can fit in our schedules, what ships don't need additional gameplay mechanics, and that sort of stuff goes into the thoughts behind what ship should be released first. So they'll go, can we get its intended gameplay out, or at least a good chunk of it when we release the ship? Should we work on that gameplay first? Is this ship needed for anything else? The Mercury Star and the Herald, for example, they're released to the game, but they don't have their data storage and data running mechanics yet. And the newly released Argo Raft, that doesn't have the ability to actually pick up and drop containers yet, but should do soon. That said, these ships are functional and were ready to go, other than having those mechanics completed. So there's a bit of a balance to what they release, when they release it, how they schedule it, and yeah, there's a lot of things going on there. Also with the Raft, it technically does have more room for sort of cargo boxes, but they decided no, we actually only want it to be able to pick up 3 and have those 3 32 SCU cargo containers. They are working on the 600i interior currently, trying to fix some of its problems and bring it up to gold standard. And there's a huge range of changes here. They have made the Explorer very different from the touring versions, one of the things they sort of wanted to address here, but it appears that the ship is getting a medical bay, updated crew quarters, the cargo bay is getting tweaks as well, and the Explorer is going to have more room for bigger vehicles. The modularity of the ship appears to be moving to the rear. It's got escape pods and docking collars and external lifts. Big changes for that ship. The detachable mining bags for ships like the Prospector are currently being worked on. These will let you literally just eject a mining container from your ship and allow another ship to go and grab it and then take it to be stored or refined. The Starfarer is receiving attention too at the moment. They are giving it the ability to pick up and store fuel canisters so it can then refine them or refuel other ships with them, stuff like that. They are going to be updating the interior of the ship as well, and it's going to be able to refuel ships in the near future too. Ships are being brought up to gold standard where possible at the moment. This has them making them up to date with current tech and has them ready for physicalized components with all the cupboards and sort of holes they need for that. Storage areas are being sort of made up to the correct metrics. Airlocks and docking collars are being put in so that they're correct and allow the ships to actually function fully, but this sometimes has them also, when they're doing gold standard, do a little bit of modelling work, a little bit of exterior work, a little bit of other interior work as well, but typically it's not a huge amount. Weight, mass and cargo will change the way your ship flies. So if you're more laden, your ship's going to have a harder time in higher gravity, higher sort of denser atmosphere planets and areas. They are looking to increase ballistic ammo capacity as part of an ongoing balance. there will be various modules for the Carrack in the future, but there are various other features and tech hurdles to this currently, but you can expect to see the Carrack get some modularity there in the future, which is another way it will differentiate itself from the Odyssey. They have been working on and running some tests on physical damage, starting to move away from artificial health pools. I think this is a good sign that we're getting physicalized components in the not too distant future. AI blades, the semi-autonomous function systems for your ships, require computer items to be completed before they can actually be coded and then put in game themselves, AI blades. I'm very much looking forward to being able to have some turrets controlled by AI for me on larger ships. They addressed the hex code customization for ships that Camarel had talked about a while ago and that Cloud Imperium had talked about in 2016. They still plan to have the ability to customize your ships with a huge range of colors and potentially still have it changed via hex code. However, this is far off in the future at the moment. It's a planned goal, but not something they're working on this second. At the moment, they're selling paints and having you be able to buy paints in game, buy paints on the website, so you can then customize your ship like that. Now, there is a bit of concern there about how that will devalue currently purchasable skins if they have this huge range of customization, which is still the plan. I do think it's something that we probably need to poke CIG about occasionally to make sure they're going in the right direction. And the right direction here, I think, almost fully objectively, I mean, it is subjective, it is my bias, but I feel that it's objective in some way, is that I want the ships to be as customizable as possible in-game. I want hex code colors, and I think that's what we were told about and what I want, and I don't really care if it devalues the skins in-game that have been bought or whatever. I want hex code color customization. Those are the opinions of BoredGamer, and you can have different ones. They will be doing some bits for racing in the future, so racing is not entirely dead or anything. Operator modes are going to be getting some extra work, and they're going to be expanding out to lots of different roles and features. You have them probably for salvage and pretty much every role in the game that your ship can do. You'll be able to move into a mode to do it. Ship spawning is still a thing. You'll be able to do it from the ASOP terminal at some point. The Polaris interior concept work has been completed. All its metrics for its hangar have been updated and made a little bigger. It can have a much larger range of ships in its hangar now. I mean, it's not like massive or anything, the hangar, but you're going to be able to get like heavy fighters, it seems, in there. At least that's what it sounds like. They have made changes to its loadout. It has capital ship components. So it has a capital shield generator, cooler, power plants, and those increased component sizes are a welcome addition to it. They've been bringing it up to current standards. Other than that, they're going to be giving us an update soonish. It is about ready to start active development as soon as they have the manpower or scheduling power to do that. The Corsair is in active development now, though, so people will be pretty happy about that. They are white boxing it, and they're doing its pre-production, so they're getting teams to dig into it more over the next couple of weeks. It is early days for the ship, but active production, woo! Cloud Imperium have confirmed that the Kraken, Perseus, Apollo, Ranger, and Endeavour and Genesis are not in active development currently. John Crew does think that the Endeavour is going to be complex and cause a headache when they do eventually tackle it because of its modularity, because it's science, because it's a very complex ship. And that makes sense as well. I do think it's going to be one of the last ships they actually tackle and deal with. We did have a load more ship-based information, as I said, from the Inside Star Citizen, so please go and check out my video on that, because the Banu Merchantman is also in active development, woo, which is fantastic. And you can learn more about that if you do actually check out the video on my channel. Boom, that's it for today's news. I really enjoyed this week. It was fantastic for ship updates. And yeah, the Inside Star Citizen, the live stream, fantastic. Good week for to be a ship. But what do you think? Are you excited about the Banu Merchantman and the Polaris or the Corsair and active development stuff? Do you think that we're actually going to see hex code color customization in the future, or are skin sales too profitable? Are you looking forward to Alpha 3.16? Do you think we're going to get a live build by the end of the year, or is that just too impossible? Are you someone that enjoys racing and you've been like, please, CIG, get racing back in the game properly? What ships do you hope that will go into active production next, or what do you think might be released with 3.16? Do you think we might see that mobile refinery ship, or is that going to actually be the Starfarer? Who knows? But whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Ho ho ho, I'm a fat man with a beard, and I'm gonna sneak down your chimney and give you NordVPN. That's right, I'm BoredGamer. I am that fat man with a beard. And it's Nordmus. So what do you want in your stocking for Nordmus, little Timmy? I want NordVPN, with its useful security, privacy and locational spoofing features. I also want a racing car set. Of course you do, but as I'm not sponsored by Racing Car Set, maybe you should shut your little mouth, Tim. Merry Nordmus! For December, we are giving away an Origin 400i with a Star Citizen game package and lifetime insurance. This is a luxury multi-role explorer ship for 1 to 3 players to run together. It's like a little yacht in space. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during December. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking that join button underneath my videos. You can also become a Patreon or even donate. Thank you so much for watching, please take care, and I'll see you in the verse.